Hello, hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk. My name's Jen Brown.
And I am Tracy Scarce.
And I am Nicole Silverman.
We are so excited to be your hosts this evening.
And tonight, you guys, we are inviting you to hop in the car with us. I mean, technically, it's three blondes in the car. So, on a road trip talking health. So, this could literally go anywhere. Welcome to your Monday night.
I cannot believe I get to be on a road trip with Tracy Scarce and Jen Brown. Yeah, anything could happen. So get ready. The one thing we like to do is have a lot of fun. So tonight we are going to be talking about the top 5 things successful clients do.
That's right, Nicole. Okay, so the things that help people stop spinning their wheels and actually move toward optimal health. That's what we're going to be talking about because let's be honest, the road to better health is never a straight road, right, Tracy?
Never, you guys. There's potholes, there's speed bumps, there's sharp, unexpected turns, there's flat tires, and so many fancy distractions like look here, look there, all the different things. I mean, if you're like me, it's like squirrel, right? Um, it makes you want to pull over. It makes you want to stop the journey. It makes you want to look at all the things. Makes you want to celebrate all the graduations, all the birthdays, all the things. In fact, Jen and I both have graduates happening in the next week. It's wild in these streets and always a reason to celebrate.
You guys, it's called life. And the question is, how do we do life and still get to where we want to go? But before we get going on tonight's road trip, I am actually going to start with a little caution road sign, all or nothing thinking. I just want to say that successful clients are not perfect, you guys. They're consistent. And if you've pulled over for one of the holiday events that we've recently had, just get back on the road and start driving again. Okay, Jen, let's dive into our top 5 successful things clients do.
All right, ladies, I'm excited. And I love seeing the chat, by the way, where y'all are coming from, because I kind of feel like that's going to be part of this road trip. So I don't care what color hair you have. We need all the diversity. So tell us where you're coming from, but let's buckle our seatbelts, get this car on the road. Tip number 1, successful clients take radical responsibility. That is tip number 1. So this tip is all about really owning the driver's seat because here's the truth. Like nobody accidentally arrives at optimal health. And one of the things that I've noticed after coaching for 11 years now is that successful clients make a decision that this is their journey, not their spouses, not their coach, not their doctors, not Mondays. Like Mondays do not own the seat, right? Their driver's seat, your driver's seat, my driver's seat. So listen, that doesn't mean that things are going to be perfect, right? It means that we stop sitting in the passenger seat of our own life because sometimes I feel like we hand the steering wheel over to stress, emotions, vacations, busy schedules, or honestly, the break room donuts at work. I mean, tell me if you can, say, okay, you got a warning. What is it,
Yep,
Nicole?
I do. This is a great point. Road hazard, waiting for motivation. It's
Mm.
for the birds. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about it later, but Jen, keep going. Let's not wait on motivation.
I think you're right because otherwise, again, Mondays are going to be taking over the driver's seat, right? So successful clients, I feel like, learn to say, no matter what life throws at me, I'm still driving. And here's the beautiful thing. Owning the driver's seat is actually, I don't know, I love the word empowering because if your health is somebody else's responsibility, then you're going to feel like you're out of control, right? And when you realize I can make one better choice today, keep my foot on the gas pedal, not the brake, and everything changes. Not perfection, not a perfect week, not a perfect body. Just I'm going to take ownership of the next right turn because healthy people aren't people who never mess up. They're people who keep their hands on the wheel. So that is tip number 1. Tracy, I'm going to toss it over to you. What's tip number 2?
All right, you guys, I've got tip number 2. And successful clients are clear on their why and their intentions. So I'm going to kind of get in the weeds here, but you got to set the GPS. You have to know where you're going. What are your goals? Did you guys know that you're 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down and you look at them? Let's take the GPS example. If you are going someplace you've never been before, and I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, like it's been a long time since I've like looked at a Thomas guide or known where I've got. I mean, did I just date myself? But like, I don't know where I'm going without my GPS. In this day and age, we have literally relied on electronics for so long to get us where we need to go. But your health journey is totally different. You have to understand where you're going in order to get you have to get there. You've never been there before. How will you get there? That's the benefit of a coach. You got to be clear on your intention. You signed up for a plan that has a coach that you're going to be following. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But what's your why? What's your intention? Why are you here? Is it to be a better grandma or a grandpa for your grandkids? Is it to be a better parent to your kiddos? Is it to be a better spouse?
Okay, I got a hazard sign here. I got one too, Nicole. Here, okay. Listen, I've got a question. I feel like a road hazard that we see with this tip is scale obsession. Like sometimes people make the scale their why or their only motivation, but the scale is just like one piece of the story. We're not trying to coach people to become skinny. We're trying
Yeah.
to coach people to become strong, and we need to focus on metabolic health. Tracy, can you tell us more about like what if the scale becomes the why?
Yeah, and that totally happens. We become so obsessed in what I call the black and white number on the scale that we get lost. It deflates our balloon and we start because we're like, okay, I want to be this weight. That's my why. Or I want to be in a dress for a wedding at this weight, and that becomes our why. That is not your why. That is a different circumstance. It's great to be health focused, but you guys, we are metabolic reset coaches, and you are doing a metabolic reset program. If you do not have a body comp scale, it's a Renfro scale, an InBody scale, ask your coach about what that looks like. It takes the focus off the black and white of the scale and it measures 13 other markers. BMI, body fat percentage, subcutaneous fat, visceral fat, metabolic age, all of these different things. And you really want to focus on all those different things because a weight on the scale will tell you what you're going to look like on the outside, but a body comp scale is going to tell you what you want, what you're looking like on the inside. And that is a little bit more of a solid why. I want my metabolic age to go down because I want to live longer. I want to be healthier to show up for the people that need me. See how we work that? But I want to talk to you guys really quickly about goal setting. There are a lot of different ways to set your goals. There are a lot of different ways to keep yourself motivated, right? Or on the track, on the road, on the GPS. You guys, you can put stick-it notes all over the place. In fact, I tell my clients all the time, take 5 or 10 little small goals and put stick-it notes around your house or on your mirror or write in dry erase marker. And as you've done those goals, cross them out. Take the stick-it notes down, put new stick-it notes up, have a vision board. It's so fun to have a vision board. Sometimes you can take 2 little mason jars and put the little glass beads in there. And every time you lose a pound, you can say, okay, these are the pounds I want to lose. These are the pounds I've lost. And you can visually see yourself doing the little glass beads from one to the other. Now that's very weight loss focused, but you can do that with anything, any of your goals. Take them from one jar to the next. So there are so many things, inspiration pics of yourself or what you're wanting to look like or goals that you're wanting to do. There are so many different ways to get to your goals. Next, we've got Nicole with tip number 3.
Okay, here we go. Tip number 3, successful clients are consistent. This is my favorite to talk about, you guys. It's such good news. So let's dive into this. Like we talked about, motivation, wait, it's going to go away. Consistency is key. So let's talk about healthy habits. They are like maintaining the engine of a car. You can't expect your car to run smoothly if your engine's neglected. And the same thing is true with your health. So we've got six macro habits. I know we talk about all these all the time, but quickly. And if I want to hear in the chat, like put in the chat something you're doing good with one of these healthy that you're killing, like your healthy hydration, and maybe something you need to focus on and talk about with your coach this week. So we've got healthy movement. It drives us forward. We've got healthy eating and hydration, and it fuels our bodies. Healthy mindset steers our direction. We've got healthy sleep, and it helps our body recover. Healthy surroundings and healthy weight management that literally helps everything function better together. So here is the important thing. None of these habits work alone. They all add up. So a lot of people try to change their entire life overnight. And even after 7 years of coaching, I still am like, I'll wake up and put connected in the chat. I'm going to work out every day and walk 10,000 steps and meal prep perfectly and cut out sugar and drink a gallon of water and wake up at 5 a.m. and journal and meditate. And then 3 days later, I'm dead eating burnt frozen ice cream, sitting around wondering why my life is falling apart. Why? Because consistency is not built through intensity. I'm going to repeat that again. Consistency is not built through intensity. Woo! Can I get an amen in the chat? Because that is exhausting. It's built through two things, you guys, identity and repetition. Identity and repetition. So the first thing we have to look at, and remember, every action you take is a vote for the type of person that you believe that you are. This is huge. Because if we're constantly telling ourselves, and maybe not like even verbally, but if it's a concept or even a hidden belief in your brain, I'm inconsistent, I always fall off, I'm not disciplined, eventually your actions are going to start matching that belief. So we have to change our identity first. Instead of trying to be healthy, I'm trying to be healthy, we are going to start saying loud, write it on your mirror, write it on those sticky notes Tracy was talking about, write it on your vision board. I am someone who takes care of my health. I am someone who follows through, and dang it, I am becoming consistent, right? Because our brain is always looking for evidence to support what we believe about ourselves. Every healthy choice becomes evidence. Drinking your water, evidence. Taking a walk, evidence. Going to bed earlier, evidence. And this is where people miss it.
And let's talk about another roadblock. So my printer doesn't work, so I don't have a roadblock flying. So I am the roadblock. Roadblock, roadblock, roadblock. I actually look like I'm karate chopping you guys, which maybe I am, because I wanted to talk about the weekend, you guys, being a roadblock. So Nicole just talked about consistency, habits, all of those different things. How come they go out the door on the weekend? It is not a be good and be a healthy individual Monday through Friday, and then Friday night comes, and then all of a sudden we moonwalk ourselves out of being a healthy person. You guys, have a plan, work with your coach. If you know weekends are hard for you, it doesn't need to be a roadblock. You just need to have a plan, and your coach will help lead you in that. But you've got to lead yourself. That is what creates lifelong transformation. One healthy habit at a time is learning the habits and leading yourself. So, all right.
So good. And that's like the visual, right? We're in fat burn, we're in fat burn, and we're in fat burn. And then during the weekend, we go off fat burn and we're not staying consistent. So back to habits, you guys, small habits are not insignificant. They're the way. That is such great news. This makes me super happy that they can be small habits. Small habits create momentum. Nobody changes their life because of one perfect day. We change because we repeat simple, healthy actions consistently long enough for it to become who we are. So I want to tell you really briefly, how do we create these healthy habits? Again, super simple, guys. First, that's it. Keep it simple. If it feels overwhelming, it's probably too big. Don't start with 90 minutes at the gym. Start with 10 minutes. Make it obvious. That's the second one. You got to lay out your shoes. You got to prep your water bottle. You got to food prep. Put your healthy food where you can see it. And the third thing to build your habit that will actually last is, again, like I said, it was a road hazard before. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Motivation is flaky. And it's like your friend who said that's going to come, I'm on my way. And then you know they're actually never going to show up. Okay. Consistency comes from commitment, not mood. One more time. Consistency comes from commitment, not mood. So we do not need perfection to change our life. We need repetition, we need simplicity, and we need belief. Because again, every healthy choice is another vote toward the person we are becoming. So this week, don't focus on everything. Focus on becoming someone who consistently does something and tell your coach what that is. Okay,
Oh,
next tip.
Nicole, that was just great. Okay, so let's do a quick review. So, tip number one, successful clients take radical accountability. Tip two, successful clients are clear on their why. Nicole, you just rock. Tip number three, successful clients are consistent. So tip number four is that successful clients learn as they go. Self-reflection. I want to really encourage you on your vehicle on this road to better health to check the mirrors. As we've kind of been alluding to along any health journey, you've already said it, there's going to be potholes, speed bumps. I think you said that right at the beginning, Tracy, right? Sharp, sudden turns, right? And moments where we think, oh, shoot, I didn't see that coming. And maybe we didn't use our stop, challenge, and choose tool that we often talk about on this program. Maybe it's stress, that vacation you guys are talking about, emotional eating, a busy season, a setback. But here's the beautiful thing. Successful clients are learning from those pothole moments instead of living in them. They glance in the rearview mirror just long enough to ask, what can I learn from this? Because chances are that pothole is probably going to show up somewhere down the road again. And the mirrors of our journey give us just this beautiful opportunity to implement what Dr. A teaches in our educational component. I've got my life book here. This is what Dr. A wrote for us. And you know why he wrote it? Because he doesn't have time to come to Jen's house and then Tracy's house and then Nicole's house, right? And so he wrote this so that he can give us this roadmap. But you guys, on page 126 of our life book, he actually teaches us when, in essence, we've hit some sort of pothole to ask the 4 questions on page 136. And if, by the way, if you don't have a life book, talk to the person who invited you tonight. Such a great tool. But he asks us to consider these questions. What's happening? What was missing? What did I want to have happen? What's missing? And what's next? So when we answer these questions and we use our mirrors, we just answer them, we learn from them, and we keep going. Please do not stare at the rearview mirror, however, because we are not moving backwards, right? What is the warning? I see you, Nicole. I see that warning
Yes.
sign.
So I think this is a good time to talk about vacation mentality. I know we like, as
Yep.
coaches, we like to work with our clients about vacation mentality and what that look, and actually even practice it and say, let's make a plan for your vacation. You guys, summer's coming, all the things are coming, right? So like, what do you want your vacation to look like? What do you want your goals to be? How do you want to feel when you get back? And then practice. And then Jen, what she just said is you're reflecting back, like, how did it go? Do you feel good about it? Did you get your water any day? Did you bomb on day 3? What are we going to do again so that doesn't happen next time?
Oh, I love that. And I love how you just kind of weaved back in your point from earlier, Nicole, that you were talking about the macro habits. You guys, the rest of our lives, we're going to have choices. Our choices form our habits. Our habits form our health. So when you're able to look in the rearview mirror and say, hey, is there a different choice I would make differently, right? But here's something else I want to remind you about. When this tip for successful clients talks about looking in the mirrors, can I just encourage you? The windshield is larger for a reason. We want to focus forward, right? That rearview mirror is small. Stop focusing on what was or where you used to be. And even if you did take your car and you went and started going back the other way, can I just tell you, I've yo-yo dieted so much in my life that this is sometimes hard for me to wrap my mind around, right? I celebrate some goal I got there. And then I get back in my car, I start heading the other way. And I'm like, why am I going this way? But again, when we're in the driver's seat, we can turn that car right back around. The windshield is larger for a reason, and we want to focus forward. And that's what Tracy just talked about a few minutes ago. Your goals, your whys, that's what you can focus on. And when you're looking at the windshield, I just encourage you to keep it clean, clear away the bud splats, the fog, the distractions, the negative self-talk, okay? I just want you to be clear and see where you are headed. So that is tip number 4. Let's go to tip number 5, ladies.
All right, you guys. Tip number 5 is successful clients stay connected to their coach, to their main source of accountability. You guys, honestly, Nicole, eh, we're going to kind of do a little role play for you guys and really help you understand, like, the coach is not driving. The client is in the passenger seat, right? Healthy people need support, but they also need to be able to do it themselves. Even race car drivers, you guys, have a pit crew. So let's pretend that I am Nicole's pit crew. And you know what? Nicole and I have done a lot of life together, and we've been each other's pit crew through the years in our personal health, in our business journey, and all of the things, just in life in general. And so this is kind of natural for us to do, but let's just kind of do a little role play. So I'm your coach, right? And it's like, okay, Nicole. And Nicole's having maybe a hard time with weighing in with me every week, right? Again, we're not weight loss coaches. We are really metabolic health coaches, really conquering metabolic dysfunction. We can resolve metabolic dysfunction. It's what we do. So I'm just going to say, hey, Nicole, I'm sensing a little bit of friction on sending your weigh-ins, sister. What is going on? Talk to me, girl.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if it wasn't good, like if I feel like it wasn't what it's supposed to be, I just feel like almost embarrassed and like a failure if it's not what I want. So then I just avoid it and check out.
Okay, well, we've talked before about this. The road to success is not a straight line. In fact, a mountaintop of success, or success is piled on a mountaintop of failures. So it's not always going to be exactly what you want it to be. And that's okay. Breathe in and breathe out. We're not chasing perfection. We're chasing progress. Even if it's not ideal, we can learn from it. We can fine tune. We can talk about what went wrong. We're learning as we go. Can we just keep a reminder to make it a quick habit with no judgment, whether you think you're going to like that number or the markers on the scale or not? Just do it anyways.
Yeah, I need to practice that. So I think I can handle that and just the accountability without the pressure.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and let's talk about your movement. Like, what's tripping you up there? Like, I know you were really trying to focus on healthy movement, but what's happening there? I know,
I,
you know,
I mean, I just get caught up in the day, and then before I know it, it's like, 5 o'clock at night, and then the kids and all the stuff, and I just am like, what am I supposed to do? Stay up till mid? I mean, sometimes I do. Now I'm up till midnight, and then I'm not. Then my sleep, and then I just get off track.
well, let's just do little things that pile up on top of each other. So after dinner, let's make time for you to have a 5 or 10 minute walk. Or maybe you're doing squats after you go to the bathroom every time. Like, I mean, there's all sorts of different things. Or if you're standing in front of the refrigerator, let's do 10 squats. Let's just get that movement in however you can. Or maybe you're walking in place while you're doing the dishes, getting some steps in. There are a million different things that you can do without having to go to the gym or make an hour and a half workout. So many different things. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I think that's doable. And I like just like focusing. I still get into like, I have to do this big thing and I have to do the thing. So I like the thing about just 5 minutes after I eat and like, sure, squats every time I go to the bath. I mean, that's like 50 squats, Tracy,
Right.
honestly. Like I
I know
can
you
do
drink a
that,
lot
right?
of
With as much
water
water as we're drinking.
for sure.
Yeah, I
I know
can do it.
we don't have much time left. So let's talk really quickly about Memorial Day because Memorial Day is coming up. Talk to me about that. What's your biggest fear?
So we're going to a big like business event and people are going to be eating dessert. And so that's my problem because I really do want to actually eat dessert. And so then when I sit and the people that know me know that I eat right? This is different. This is a change. So they'll just kind of push me or ask me questions, or I just kind of panic.
Okay, I want to make a plan for you. And I do this all the time with people during the holidays. Number one, I want you to prepare something to take that's plan approved to the barbecue. Number one. Number two, I want you to hold your water in your right hand. That's the hand that we usually pick up food with. Hold your water in your right hand. I want you to have a fueling before you leave so you're not super hungry. I want you to not spend time around the dessert area. Okay. And if you feel like you're getting a little bit uncomfortable, let's just change the conversation. Why don't you let people know? Why don't you live out loud? Let people know what you've been doing and how excited you are. And it kind of just explains why you're making these healthy choices, because you've got big goals and a big why, and let them know how you're feeling. And when you start talking about how you're feeling and how good you're feeling and your clear headedness and all the goals that you're crossing off the list, nobody is going to pressure you into eating the Reese's peanut butter cupcake. Nobody's going to pressure you into eating whatever it is that's in front of you. Okay.
Love it. Love it. And I'm going to text you after. Like, I feel like I just want to text and celebrate after, like, did the things done.
Good girl. That's the spirit. You got this. We're going to get through Memorial Day unscathed, and we are going to have phenomenal results on our next weigh-in.
Okay, Nicole and Tracy, that role play, I feel like I just got coached. Is there anybody else who feels that way? I saw a few people putting that in the chat. That was such a beautiful role play. And I think another reason to stay accountable is that this road to better health is often, like, I feel like this is another like final warning, slippery when stressed. So if you're stressed because you don't have that game plan going into the holiday, or whatever shiny objects are on your road to better health, slippery when stressed is a slippery slope that often contributes to us going back to our old habits. You guys, that was such a fun conversation. See, traveling with three blondes is fun. I hope tonight was helpful. You guys, here's something to just be reminded of. Woohoo! You guys, no matter where you are on the road tonight, you can still move forward from here. You're in the driver's seat. Optimal health is not about never hitting the potholes. We know that's life. It's about refusing to stop driving. So, Nicole and Tracy, thank you for joining me tonight, ladies. And for the rest of you, if you missed this or you want to listen again to these 5 tips that successful clients do, you are welcome to hop onto our podcast, listen to the replay. You can catch us on YouTube as well. And then we also want to invite you to come back to next week's Let's Talk. It's the final Monday of the month, and you know what that means. It is our Health Pros live Q&A. So we're going to have health professionals here, and you can ask your questions in the chat, get them answered. But we want to thank you tonight for being on this road trip tonight with us. And we just want to encourage you to keep holding on to that steering wheel, driving forward. Let's make it a great week and a great month. And if we have a great week and a great month, it's going to be a great year. And a great year is going to get us to that destination. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here.